Chapter 414, The Magic Golden Ganoderma. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. Half-cent bone beads are made from a half-cent's bones. They appear to be only the size of a pigeon egg, but weigh over 1,000 kilograms. The half-cent's bones are 10 times heavier than those of ordinary people, harder even than dark steel. The extent of their power is not known. The realm of half-cent is shrouded in mystery and awe. Zhang Yuochen mobilized his genuine qi and infused it into the half-cent bone beads. Streaks of white light floated across their surfaces. They were buzzing. The half-cent bone beads cast a light far into the distance in which there was a 10-meter-high phantom image, as if Zhang Yuochen had donned a suit of armor of light and shadow. He is a worthy descendant of the saints. The protective amulet he carries is quite powerful. Although it is not a holy weapon, it might still be considered the best level of defense. Besides, Zhang Yuochen collected his genuine qi and puts the half-cent bone beads into his breast pocket. He may find some use for them in a future dangerous situation. Searching the king's body, Zhang Yuochen found 3 bottles of pills, all of them 5th rank, which are quite precious. There was also a book of cultivation practices, the Rock Martial Classic, recorded in a jade book. The text was tiny, only by summoning genuine qi to his eyes could he see the 30,000 words carved upon it. The Rock Martial Classic is the great scripture of the Saint Xu gentry, which belongs to the king's stage inferior class, and records the mysteries of deification. Only the first person of each generation of the Saint Xu gentry is qualified to practice it. Of course, the Jade Book only records the first 3 layers of the Rock Martial Classic. Xu King also has just begun to awaken. Only after having reached the Fish Dragon realm can he begin formal training. Saint Xu gentry even owns a rare Book of King's Stage, which is worthy of its millennia-long history. Zhang Yuochen nodded his head and said, even though it's only the first 3 layers of the text, the monks of the Fish Dragon realm would kill to obtain it. Although Zhang Yuochen does not need to practice the Rock Martial Classic, he can still peruse and contemplate it, and absorb the essence of martial arts within, laying a foundation for him to take on the holy road. Later, Zhang Yuochen discovered a dark steel box on Xu King's body. The box, about the size of a fist, was quite heavy. Where the lid latches to the box, it is sealed with an inscription, and contains something of obvious importance. Creak. Zhang Yuochen opened the dark steel box a crack. Immediately, a golden light burst forth from inside, accompanied by a strong medicinal fragrance. Lying at the bottom of the box was a magical mushroom, shining with glaring light, as if forged from gold. A golden Ganoderma. Zhang Yuochen was overjoyed at finding one of the 5 great spirit treasures. A corner of the mushroom was missing, probably about a quarter of it. It must have been eaten by Xu King. The rest of the Ganoderma should be enough for Zhang Yuochen to cultivate the treasured body of metal spirit. Of course, he has yet even successfully cultivated the treasured body of water spirit, and so for now has no plans to decoct the magic golden Ganoderma. After clearing away the bodies of Xu King and Xu Jiali, Zhang Yuochen took out the Rock Martial Classic and began to study it, hoping to comprehend some deep truths about the martial arts. The bright glare of the noon sun was like a golden furnace, baking the earth. On the official road, a group of monks dressed in cyan mage robes were driving 13 savage beasts, drawing 13 chariots toward the main base of the Evil Wood Palace, forming an immense spectacle. The headmost chariot was extraordinarily luxurious. It was made of costly gold wire plate and wood, and flying a battle flag woven from a lazurite. Under the pull of a snow eagle, a 4th level, superior class savage bird, the chariot sped rapidly ahead, 9 feet off the earth. In the middle of these chariots was an iron and bone prison van surrounded by the formation. In the center of the van, a beautiful woman with long royal blue hair sat with her legs crossed. It was Huang Yanjun. Despite being captured, Huang Yanjun still appeared to be very calm, circulating her genuine qi, with her beautiful eyes closed. A dragon-shaped cup of genuine qi went in and out with her breath. A man aged 40 or so walked alongside the prison van. He had whiskers on his chin and an emaciated body, and glanced lustfully toward Huang Yanjun with sinister eyes. He said, "Elder brother, this woman not only looks like a goddess, but is also quite strong in battle. If it hadn't been for Master, I'm afraid no one among us could have subdued her." That elder brother, the man wearing a blue mage robe, was holding a crystal wand, and appeared to be a mighty warrior. However, a few silver hairs on his temples made him look his age. The elder brother of Evilwood Palace coldly said, "Number 8, you better not think about laying a finger on her. Master King is extremely fond of her. If you dare to touch her, it just might mean your life." Number 8 sighed, "If I died for spending a night with a beauty like her, it will still be worth it." Number 8 moved his eyes back and forth and said, "Elder brother, are those supernatural monsters really so strong that our Evilwood Palace must obey them?" The elder brother said, "It is said that St. Gentry, where Master King resides, has more than one sage-level master. It would only be beneficial to us to go along with them. With their power, the Evilwood Palace will be able to rule the entire 5 elements continent. Whether the Temple of Holy Fire, Holy Earth, or Holy Water, they will tremble before us." Thinking of a sage master, Number 8's eyes glowed with awe. It should be noted that since the establishment of Evilwood Palace 1,800 years ago, there has only ever been one sage master born there. The Saint Gentry actually had several masters at that level, the thought of which was awe-inspiring. The prison van suddenly started to shake violently. Huang Yanjun was sitting in the center of the van and already recovered. She opened her sapphire-like eyes wide, pulled out the white jade hairpin in her hair and pinched it between 2 fingers. If you look carefully, you will discover the white jade hairpin is actually a unique sword. As genuine chi surged into the white jade hairpin, there was an explosion of light. The sound of a sword slashing arose from within it and, in the blink of an eye, it turned into a 2-meter jade-like long sword. This is a holy sword, which was given to her by her mother, who told her only to use it in a dire crisis. Previously, Huang Yanjun was seriously wounded by the King Sage of the Evilwood Temple before she had time to use the holy sword. And she also lost her 9th level genuine martial arms combat sword to them. Bam! Huang Yanjun brandished the sword wildly and cleaved the prison van in 2. Oh woo! Her body erupted with a dragon roar. She leapt out of the van and, performing the shadow of the royal wind dragon, she fled into the distance faster than the speed of sound. Damn! She's escaping. The 2 men mobilized their supernatural powers and chased after Huang Yanjun. At the same time, a thunderclap erupted from the head chariot and an elder with a shaggy head of black hair flew off of it. He is one of the 4 sages of Evilwood Palace, named Master King Mu, already 120 years old with unrivaled supernatural powers. Holy wooden spear. Master King Mu pointed the crystal wand forward, deploying the spiritual chi of wood which coalesced into hundreds of spears, which rained down like hail upon Huang Yanjun. That old monster reacts so fast. Although Huang Yanjun was gripping the holy sword, her martial cultivation was only in the advanced stage of the heaven realm and the vital essence of her chi was still not stabilized enough, so she was only able to use the holy sword at most 2 or 3 times. Therefore, she would have to escape as quickly as possible. Whoosh! Just as the spears were at her back. At the juncture, she twisted her delicate body and turned right back around, releasing the power of her holy weapon. She swung it downwards, cutting the hail of spears to shreds. The strike depleted the greater part of her body's vital essence. If she struck a 3rd time, she would already die from the vital essence exhaustion, even without the Master of Evilwood Palace doing anything. After throwing that strike, Huang Yanjun immediately turned and escaped as fast as she could. Run, run, I must get away. Yan King is too brash in allying against me with these heretics from the 5 elements primitive world. When I get back to Kunlun's field, I certainly will make him pay a heavy price. Huang Yanjun's eyes were as cold as frost with an underlying murderousness. Master King Mu was taken aback and said to himself, such power, can this truly be her own strength? No. It is the sword. It must be a holy weapon. Master King Mu's eyes became greedy, and he chased after Huang Yanjun. He would rob her of her sword, whatever it took. Damn it. The old man is catching up. Huang Yanjun looked back, only to see that Master King Mu was close behind her, approaching faster and faster. Furthermore, the Masters of Evilwood Palace were also in pursuit, 10 or more of whom could rival the warriors of the Heaven Realm. What should I do? Could I be destined to die in the five elements primitive world? Huang Yanchen pursed her lips tightly and reluctantly cycled her genuine chi to its extreme to continue her escape. She will never give up, right until the end. If really unable to escape, she would rather end her life than fall into their hands. Huang Yanchen had a tough personality and was prepared to commit suicide. There was sound of water ahead. In several hundred meters there was apparently a big river. There was a huge black ape standing on its bank. The aura radiating from its body was quite startling. It transformed into a disk of magic energy, hovering above the ape's head, which looked ancient. Huang Yanjin was shocked at first. Such a savage beast actually dwells in the five elements primitive world. Afterwards, her gaze was attracted by the shoulders of the giant ape. A young man is sitting atop them, a jade book open in his hands, reading it earnestly. What's he doing here? Huang Yanchen's eyes opened wide. She was so stunned, she forgot she needed to escape.